Hey guys, it's me, Joy, and today I'm doing some more cast iron cooking. And what I'm going to do is I got one green tomato out of my garden. So I'm going to do fried green tomato, and then I'm going to do some onion fritters. And onion fritters are something that came about in the Depression era when most of the people from Kentucky, what they had was potatoes and onions, and that was it. So they had to figure out ways to can them and use them up and make them go. So they came up with these onion fritters, which is, they're really good. I mean, it's kind of like an onion pancake, I guess. But you can eat them with, I like to eat them with fish. So, and since tonight I'm going to make, later tonight I'm going to make Scott some fried shrimp because he likes shrimp. He does not like fried green tomatoes. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he just don't like them. So, there you go. Not everybody does. I mean, it's an acquired taste, that's for sure. But they are, they are good. And truthfully, I couldn't wait for this tomato to turn red because I'm impatient. But our tomatoes out there are doing fantastic. They're just loaded. The plants are loaded with tomatoes. So we're going to have a mess of tomatoes. So I imagine I'll get some more fried green tomatoes somewhere down the line. Now, Nicole will try them. I don't know if she likes them or not, but she'll try them. Scott's like, no, I don't like them. So there you go. And that's a good thing. Sometimes people have different tastes or they come from different places or whatever, and every once in a while you crave something. But if it's just two people, like some of my friends, it's just them, her and her husband, or him and his wife, and so a lot of times they get away from eating things they like to eat because the other person doesn't want to eat it. But what Scott and I do sometimes is I'll make something, and if I'm really craving it, like fried green tomatoes, I'll make it for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That way everybody gets to experience, what they want. So let me wash my hands off real fast. But I'll tell you, the thing I like the best about cast iron cooking, it ain't gonna start on fire, is it puts such a good crust on things when you're cooking. It really does. Whether it's frying stuff in oil, because the oil maintains its temperature better than like aluminum pans do. And also, when you're baking in the oven, it gives you that crispy crust all the way around of deliciousness, I think. So, I just like cooking with cast iron. I always have. And people think it's really hard to clean or take care of, and it's not. Once you start using it, it's no different than anything else. Yeah, it takes a little extra work sometimes, as far as a non-stick pan, but you don't have all that chemical stuff that can come off in your food. This is just plain old food. This is the taste of the food. You don't taste the pan. So that's another reason I really like it. So with these, what I did was I dipped them in egg and milk. Now some people use buttermilk. I didn't have any, so I just used regular milk. It's fine. You dip them in egg and milk first. Then you're going to put them in a cup of flour, a half a cup of cornmeal, some baking powder, salt, and pepper. And that's it. That's all you do. Because the taste of the tomato, the tang of the tomato, is what makes these so delicious. They are so good. And what you want to do is you just want to cook them till they're brown on both sides. And then you can just set them on a paper towel to drain. And when you heat them up, just stick them in the microwave, or you can put them in the oven for a few minutes and heat them up. But that's it right there. That's fried green tomatoes, guys. Pretty simple, and they're tasty. Oh, they're good. I love them. So then, we'll get that out of the way. Yes, my thing is still in the washroom, in the laundry room. My handle that my friend sent me. So, for these, what we're going to do is onion cake onion cakes or onion pancakes, all it is it's one onion, a cup of flour, a cup of milk, a teaspoon of baking powder, and salt and pepper. That's it. That's all it is. It's really simple batter. But you want to make it so that, you know, it's thick, but it's not, I mean, it's thicker than, like, loose batter, but it's not so thick that, you know, you have to dig it out, like, with a spoon or something. That's crazy. So, I might have put a little bit too much shortening in there. And that's the other thing is I know, go figure, me using too much shortening or butter. Ha! Yeah. Again, I'm going to mention I am not sponsored by Snowcap. But if you're going to cook in a cast iron skillet, you need to cook with lard. Alright? You're not, this ain't, I've said it many times, this is not diet food. But you don't eat a whole lot of it, so, you know, or sometimes you do, but that's, you know, that's kind of beside the point. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take a spoon, I'd say that's like 2 tablespoons worth. And you're going to put it in the pan. And just kind of move it around a little bit. Kind of like it's a pancake. Basically is what it is. It's a pancake. And the best onion cakes come from when there's Vidalia season. Now, some of y'all don't know what Vidalia onions are, but oh, they're the sweetest onions in the world. They taste delicious. You can almost eat them like an apple, you know. So, in fact, I know some people who do. I don't, but some people do. So with your onion batter, what you want to do is you want to let it sit for a while so that the flavor of the onions gets in all of the batter. And it also gives it time to kind of, the baking powder to rise a little bit. But it's, like I said, it's super easy to make. Super easy to make. And they're just delicious. And they heat up really well, too. That's the thing about some pancakes. If you cook them, then you try to eat them the next day and you want to heat them up and they taste terrible. They're all doughy and gooey. Number one, don't put them in the microwave. And number two, onion pancakes and potato cakes, they don't do that. So it's just the flour, regular standard pancakes that they have the egg in them and all that stuff. These do not have any egg in it. So that makes a difference on when you reheat it, whether it's mushy or not the next day. So keep that in mind that, you know, not all pancakes can be reheated the next day, but these can. And the potato cakes can too. Oh, look at that. Ooh, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. You get a crust on it. This one's sticking a little bit. I need to redo my pan tomorrow. There we go. Ooh, almost got hit. And what I do is I just kind of poke a few holes in the top to get the air moving through it to make sure that it's cooked inside. Because the last thing you want to do with the pancake is go cut it in half and it's raw. Any kind of pancake, you don't want to eat them like that. But I have had them that way and they're terrible. So, but oh man, that looks good. That looks really good. And like I said, this doesn't take any time at all. And you can cook these up and put them in a pan and reheat them later or even the next day. And they also freeze. If you let them get cold in the refrigerator and you put them between wax paper, which I have here somewhere, and you stack them between wax paper, you can put them in a Ziploc bag or one of those, as Scott calls it, super sucker bags. And they'll keep in the freezer for a long time. I don't know how long exactly, but a long time. So I'm thinking this one's probably done. Yep. Look at that, guys. That looks delicious. This one I'm going to do a little bit on that side. There we go. So that's the secret to some of the southern sides that I like. Onion pancakes and, of course, fried green tomatoes. There we go. Ooh, it's hot. Oh man, there is nothing that screams summer better than fried green tomatoes. I don't care who you are. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you got to come along. And that's just a couple of things I make. I hope you guys have a great day. I love each and every one of you. Say bye, Scott.
Bye, Scott.